Hey nerds, welcome to Jerry Bear Reacts. Today we're going to do our Season 6B recap, our Season 6B JerAwards, and then what we'll do with the JerAwards is we'll say like, hey, this was our favorite episode from 6B. Here's our winner from 6A. Overall, this was my favorite episode of Season 6. So that's exactly how this is going to work. We'll do our recaps, JerAwards, in memoriam, and then at the moment I'm still working on my final list of season rankings and finales. It's a little bit harder than I thought it would be. But here's how this is going to play out. So today we have this. Starting tomorrow, we'll have the Season 1 trailers and bloopers, followed by the next day will be Season 2, 3, 4, etc. And then on April the 3rd, that Sunday, we should have our character tier list rankings. And then on the 4th should be our final Teen Wolf recap. Our final recap of Teen Wolf. We'll do our final awards. So basically, Season 1 through Season 6, we'll pick our overall favorite episode from each of the seasons based off the winners we've already had so far. And then our in memoriam will kind of just be, well, there hasn't been too many deaths in this show. Maybe we'll do the whole thing. Maybe we'll just do the main ones. We'll have to wait and find out. And then April the 5th, Tuesday, April the 5th, should be the start of the 100. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day there is a reaction, there's links in the description box down below for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, everything in between. Jerry does his best work usually behind the scenes, but he's hanging out with us today. And let's get right into this. 6B starts with Scott as assistant coach of the lacrosse team on his last day in Beacon Hills. Everybody's kind of readying for college, right? I put reading for college. Everybody's readying for college, and then they cut to a new hellhound. Something has been freed, and this hellhound's there to stop it, until he's killed by a new guidance counselor who seems to know a little too much about Beacon Hills. Scott, Lydia, and Malia realize that they can't leave just yet. They go to call Styles, listen to a voicemail, and realize he's happy where he is. Maybe they should leave him out. But while at the FBI, they show Derek, who's wanted for mass murder. The main gang needs to track down Argent because of the bullet that killed the Hellhound. They see the bullet that killed the Hellhound was silver and was fired by an amateur, who we know is the guidance counselor. She poisoned Brett and was confronted by Gerard, who sees her as raw talent. Gerard helps teach Monroe how to track down not one wolf, but to expose them all in order to kill them all, taking down Brett and expose Liam to the normal populace. Meanwhile, Nolan stabs Corey as he heals in front of the entire library, exposing who he is. They're trying to expose the supernatural to the human people. And Argent and Mama McCall learn that the Filet-O-Fish has no DNA, the big skinless fucking thing. The Faceless amplifies fear and does so to the hunters as Scott tries to have a peace treaty that goes south. Liam has a meeting with the guidance counselor and realizes who she is. The lacrosse bullies then beat up Liam, trying to get him to turn, but to no prevail. He withstands the beating. I put withstands, two different words. Withstands, not withstands. Withstands the beating. One he felt he should take for what happened to Brett and Lori. Theo, still alive, is with two other wolves who get locked up. These two wolves wanted for murder as the police station gets shut down by hunters. The fear of the Two-Face causes two deputies to kill themselves. Meanwhile, Papa McCall shows up to help negotiate things, leading to two wolves getting taken away and then ended up being murdered by a dirty cop. Papa McCall tells Scott and the gang they need to get out of the state, and they do. Psych! They're ready to fight. Taking said fight to the armory, they find a way, and thanks to a distraction from Liam, Mason, and Theo. Things go south at the zoo, but they manage to escape as they showcase the growing bond between Scott and Malia. Now, need to recruit more wolves, and let's start by the return of Ethan and his boyfriend, Jackson. The two work their way back to Beacon Hills, only to be captured by Monroe on their anniversary, no less. But keep in mind that they traveled from London to Beacon Hills same day. By their dialogue. Scott tries recruiting the Primal Pack, Deucalion and Peter, with Duke wanting to guide, and Peter ready to fight after his car blew up. And some convincing from the memories in Malia's head. That the Primal Packs, they're all dead, by the way. Meanwhile, they end up learning that their teacher, what's her bucket, Miss Finch, is the leader of that pack, yada yada. The whole pack's dead. She's an alpha. That was completely random and thrown in, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, Lydia's powers lead her to the other half of the Two-Face. If the Two-Faces join, they'd be unstoppable, and it does just that, turning into Medusa, turning folks into stone. Gerard tries to make a deal with the Anukete to kill Scott McCall and get its freedom. They open fire on the McCall house, injuring Mama and Papa McCall in the process, and Mama McCall tells Scott to fight. Argent finds Derek down in Brazil. Derek has this rare wolfsbane that ends up getting stolen by Kate. Nolan helps out Liam get some information, and but it was all part of Monroe's plan. They walked right into it. Nolan didn't outright help. He didn't know he was helping. He just tried to do the right thing. Scott and Malia go to train with Deucalion as Lydia and Peter look for the former, being Scott and Malia. It seems they arrive. So as they arrive, the hunters then show up, and Deucalion apparently is killed as this war gets ready to officially start. All these peeps rolled up on a bunch of wolves and a coyote? I don't think so. Especially alphas and former alphas? No. They need all the help they can get. And as this thought happens, Styles arrives with Derek and the full gang ready for war. Yet one by one, they are turned into stone, leaving just Scott, Lydia, and Styles. Scott has a showdown with the Two-Face in the library, gouging out his own eyes to be able to fight. Then, in that moment, Styles flies in and covers Two-Face in Mountain Ash, killing it and freeing everyone else. The gang wins. Kate kills Gerard, and Monroe escapes, getting more and more followers. Scott welcomes in Alec, a brand new wolf, to his pack who has a similar upbringing. He welcomes him into his pack, and everybody walks off screen. That's the end to Season 6B. That's the end to Season 6, and that is how they ended Teen Wolf. Important notes about Season 6, or 6B, I should say. Not a whole lot of Scott and Liam scenes. No Scott and Jackson moment. No Scott and his dad, or no Scott and his mom. No Mama Martin, no Hayden, no Kira, no Isaac. No last moment between Malia and Peter. They didn't have a final thing after he was unstoned. No Peter Jackson moment. No, not Peter Jackson. No Peter and Jackson moment. No Jackson Gerard moment. No Jackson. Well, Jackson and Gerard, he was tied up. Never mind. And no Jackson and Derek moment. They would have had some interesting dialogue, I feel like. No last moment between Papa Stilinski and son Stilinski, so no father-son moment there. One thing I would have done is I would have used Allison in the last shot if available when the Anukate is taking forms of different people to get Scott to open his eyes. It went Void Styles, Nogitsune, talked about Allison. I would have brought in Crystal Reed if that was on the table. She turned it down, that's different, but I would have liked to have had her in that last shot just to add a weight to things. I also wouldn't have told people that Peter was still alive when he got turned to stone. They should have Malia kind of be a little sad and other characters grieve, thinking that he was dead. You could even go back into that and say, well, he was listening to the heartbeat. You could have had that the stone layering was so thick they couldn't hear the heartbeat, etc. I just think you fake out the audience. You show Malia get turned to stone. The way Jackson was turned to stone by not showing Ethan worked perfectly. I think you show everybody getting turned to stone. Have people thinking they're dead. Have Scott and Styles think their friends are dead. Have Lydia think her friends are dead. And then Styles comes in with the Mountain Ash. I would have wanted one last shot of everybody together. And I mean everybody, as in Parrish, Stilinski, McCall, Argent, Mama McCall, Liam, Corey, Mason, Scott, Lydia, Malia, Styles, Derek. Everybody all together in one shot would have been really cool to see. I get why it was separated. It's a lot of people to have on screen at once. Them all walking off together is very beautiful, but it's not as good as Styles and Scott driving off into the sunset with the Jeep. So that's 6B, and that's the end of Teen Wolf. I'm indifferent about it. I mean, it was a decent finale. Overall, 6B is one of the more lackluster seasons. I think I dislike season 4 most, but I think these two are probably my two least favorite seasons. There's so much happening in this. There's a really cool concept with the Anukate and a really cool concept with Gerard coming back. Grandpa Gerard coming back to be in power, but it kind of falls flat compared to the other seasons. It was enjoyable in the last episode 19. Normally when I watch the finale Eve episode, I get really excited to watch the finale. It's happened with everything so far except for this, and that was kind of disappointing for me. So overall, it was good. The better ending was 6A. 6B still happened. It is what it is. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our second to final, really, our final seasonal JerAwards. Let's start with favorite episode from 6B. Your nominees are 13, After Images, 14, Face to Faceless, 17, Werewolves of London, and 20, The Wolves of War. With your winner for my favorite episode from season 6B being The Wolves of War. The finale was the best episode, the entire part of 6B. I will say, for our overall season 6 winner, we have 3 nominees. The winner from 6A was Memories Lost, with an honorable mention of Radio Silence, and then the winner from 6B being The Wolves of War. So what is our overall favorite episode from season 6? It's Memories Lost. The reason Memories Lost beats out Radio Silence for me personally is I love seeing that stuff start to unfold. The reveal, even though we kind of picked up on it early, the reveal of Styles being the lost one, the moment with his dad, the final moment with Lydia, all of that stuff leaves you wondering what the rest of the season is going to be like. And I think that's a great way to start off. I don't know if it's my favorite premiere. I think season 5's premiere was still pretty badass, but this was really, really good. And my favorite episode of all of season 6 is Memory Lost. Favorite scene. Your nominees for 6B from episode 11, Styles and the FBI. Episode 14, Coach Bobby breaking up the fight. Also from 14, Parrish eating the bullets and lighting the Faceless on fire. Episode 15, Liam punching Theo. Episode 17, Jackson's return. Episode 19, Scott and Malia training with the Deucalion. All from episode 20, Scott and Derek's hug. Styles showing up with Derek. Styles killing the Anukate. Coach Bob beating a hunter with a lacrosse stick. Liam and Nolan, co-captains. I will say my favorite moment from 6B. Styles and the FBI is definitely one of them. But honestly, Scott and Derek's hug. Scott and Derek's hug, that immediate embrace between those two was super wholesome, which leads us to what is my favorite moment from season 6 altogether. My overall favorite moment from season 6 and our winner from season 6A was Styles showing up with Greenberg after he had been lost. Was such a good moment. I love it to pieces. Co-captain's really good. All these moments are really fire. But overall for season 6, Styles showing up with Greenberg, the bat that I dubbed Greenberg, was really, really perfect. Most heartbreaking scene, our winner from season 6A was Papa Styles talking to the gang in season 6, episode 8. Our nominees for 6B from episode 10, Styles seeing his mom. Wait, that was from 6A. Episode 14, Brett and Lori's death. Episode 16, flashback of Liam being bullied. Episode 17, Scott in the hospital with Mama McCall. Episode 18, Hallwin's second death. Episode 18, Miss Finch realizing her daughter is dead. Most heartbreaking scene for me from 6B and our overall season 6 winner is Scott in the hospital with his mother. A very touching moment. His mom telling him to fight, and just all that interaction with him and his mom, even though it was brief. Very heartbreaking, very good. Funniest scene, our winner from season 6A. He's not alone, says Liam, or says Theo. He has a pact. And then Malia chiming in that Theo's not a part of that pact. Your nominees for 6B is Styles doing the spit take when he saw Derek. Jackson being shocked about Scott being assistant coach in episode 17. And in episode 20, Derek carrying Styles in their flashback. Your winner for season 6B is Derek carrying Styles in the flashback. The shot of Styles in the FBI suit walking out with Derek was perfect, but then realizing that it was Derek carrying him out with his toe being shot, even better. Our winner for season 6 is our 6A winner. He's not alone. He has a pack, and this motherfucker is not a part of it. That is my funniest moment for the whole thing, was Malia shutting down Theo. Favorite kiss? Our winner from 6A was Styles and Lydia. Your nominees for 6B from episode 16, Scott and Malia. Episode 17, Jackson and Ethan. Episode 17, Scott's forehead kiss on his mother. Episode 18, Scott and Malia in the shower. Episode 20, Malia kissing Scott to bring his eyeballs back. Or episode 20, Argent and McCall. Papa Argent and Mama McCall locking lips the way Mama McCall be kissing people. That shit is sexual. Our winner for 6B, though, outright, is Scott kissing his mom on the forehead. Right there. That was the best moment for 6B. If I had to pick an outright real kiss to be the winner, I'd probably go Scott and Malia in the shower. But Scott's forehead kiss on Mama McCall is our winner for 6B. Our overall winner for season 6, I'm going to give it to Styles and Lydia, because you all are down bad for that ship. So I'll go ahead and give it to Styles and Lydia. Favorite kill? Our 6A winner, Lydia and Papa Styles killing Demon Claudia. Really only 2 things for our 6B nominees. Aaron snapping Quinn's neck. It was just a weird moment. But the next thing is my favorite kill from 6B, Styles killing the Anukate with the Mountain Ash. And that is my overall winner for season 6. Not a lot of cool kills. I mean, there's a bunch of kills, but not some that were like, damn, that was sick. All of the the suicides and stuff. Obviously, there was nothing enjoyable about that. But Styles killing the Anukate, by far the best kill from 6B and all of season 6. Favorite quote, our winner from 6A, he's afraid of you, I'm afraid of me. 6B nominees are, you know who they were. Liam talking to Officer Stilinski, as Sheriff Stilinski, talking about, he said he knows who his deputies are. You know who they were. But I think my favorite moment from 6B quote-wise was JerAwards saying, I'm paraphrasing, I didn't put down the exact quote, saying that the myth of killing a wolf with silver has some truth to it. Because you don't need silver, you need an argent. I thought that was really cool. Even though we learned about silver and argent thing in season 1, it's a cool callback to that. I think it was the best part of 6B. But the best quote from 6A was Lydia in episode 8 saying, Liam saying he's afraid of you, and Lydia saying, I'm afraid of me, was the best quote. I don't know why, that just hits me extra hard. That was so fucking perfectly delivered. Ooh, favorite ship. Our 6A winner was Styles and Lydia. Our 6B nominees are Mason and Corey, Papa Argent and Mama McCall, Scott and Malia, and Jackson and Ethan. My 6B winner for favorite ship. I really, really, really wanted to give this to Papa Argent and Mama McCall, but they weren't in it enough. My next runner-up would probably have been Scott and Malia, but, you know, there's the whole Kira thing, and, you know, and then the Malia and Styles never really had, like, a true breakup, even though that Jeep scene was their breakup, and they're very cute together, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't know how to feel about it. My favorite ship from 6B is Jackson and Ethan. The way that they were presented, we didn't get a whole bunch of them. We could use the same argument. Like, hey, you just said that McCall and Argent didn't have enough scenes. Jackson and Ethan didn't have a lot of scenes either, but they were presented in full. Argent and McCall were kind of teetering around being a ship. Jackson and Ethan presented in full, and I really loved it. My overall favorite ship for season 6 is Styles and Lydia. It was a moment coming a long way. Styles, from the opening shot of him at school, saying that he's been in love with her since the 4th grade, and telling her to get her cute little ass up and dance, and showing her it's okay to be smart, and their whole relationship and friendship and all that. Probably be my favorite ship. So eat your heart out, Stydia fans. Favorite friendship. Nominee 6A winner was Scott and Styles. Our nominees for 6B are Liam and Theo, Malia and Lydia, Derek and Styles, Scott and Derek, and Scott and Deucalion. Now, not a whole lot of, there was one scene for Scott and Styles, and I'm also really upset that there wasn't like the immediate, like another embrace between those two. Not enough with those two together, in my opinion, for what little time we had them back. So for 6B, I can't outright give it to Scott and Styles. So I have to give it to somebody else, right? Liam and Theo would be probably the next best thing. They had the most screen time together. Malia and Lydia was kind of second. That little one shot of Derek and Styles was nice. Scott and Derek's hug just made me put that on there. I'm going to have to go with something completely off the cuff. I want to give it to Liam and Theo. But the 2 or 3 moments that I had with Scott and Deucalion were some of my favorite, especially bouncing off of the season 5 finale. Scott and Deucalion training and just their overall respect they ended up having for each other was something I love seeing on screen. So yeah, my season 6B winner is going to be Scott and Deucalion, and my overall season 6 winner for favorite friendship is Scott and Styles. So there you go. Least favorite character from 6A was Mr. Douglas. From 6B was initially Gerard, but Kate was on screen for a little moment, so I'm going to give it to Kate. Overall, least favorite character is the Nazi. For season 6 is Mr. Douglas. Simple as that. Favorite character? Our season 6A winner was Styles. Our season 6B nominees, still Styles, Scott, Lydia, Papa Stilinski. For season 6B. To put things in perspective, Styles is one favorite characters for season 1, 2, 3A, 3B, 4, 5, 6A. Styles only had 2 episodes in 6B. Like 5 scenes in total. So I feel like it's appropriate to close it out that we make Styles a co-winner. We have a co-winner for 6B because in the 5 scenes that Styles had were the best scenes. If it wasn't for the finale, the best scene really from season 6B was his spit take and him being in the FBI. But we get him to come back, kind of help be a mastermind, give exposition on saving Derek, and then have the moment of killing the Anukate. He kills the final boss with the Mountain Ash, does Styles. But we're going to make him a co-winner, a co-captain, if you will. Your 6B co-captain winners for favorite character is Styles and Scott McCall. There's been a couple seasons I wanted to give Scott my favorite character, but Styles just outshines. We'll give Styles the overall 7.5 winner, but in total, he is a 6-time full season winner because our overall favorite character from season 6 is Styles. Michi Schlaw? Was that his name? I don't know how to pronounce it. That's going to be it for the awards. I will tell you guys the season 6 name, season 6B name and finale name. The season 6B name that I ended up going with was War. Simply put, the finale name was Friends, Pack, Family. I almost predicted that last line from Scott saying they're my friends, they're my pack. No, they're my pack, they're my friends, they're my family. And it's just a really good bit of dialogue there. But yeah, I will give you guys those rankings. I will tell you that season 6B kind of 6B finale was decent. I really liked the episode, but there's so many other better finales. So you guys will get the full finale rankings and the full season rankings in the overall recap that'll take place around April the 4th. Should be that video for that day. So let's wrap this up. One final partial memorial, and then we'll have our major one. So, in memoriam for 6B, I had to focus. I deleted the 6A memoriam, so I don't have that. In memoriam, we have all the dead wolves, all the dead rats, new hellhound, Hallwin again, Brett, Lori, Moro and the other deputy, Zhang, Tyranny, Satomi, the Primal Pack, the wolves, the high school hunters killed, all the peeps turned to stone, question mark. What happened to those original peeps turned to stone? I'm pretty sure they're dead, but our peeps were able to come back. Ex machina. The peeps Derek found, Aaron, Quinn, Deucalion, Gabe, a few more hunters, Gerard, Grandpa Gerard Argent, and the Anukate Two-Face. And on that note, that's our in memoriam, and that's our season 6B/season 6 finale. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. I know there's no reaction, episode reaction today, but can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support throughout Teen Wolf. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys returning for the 100. If you're here to just listen to this and you haven't been watching Teen Wolf, a lot of people said they'll see me when the 100 comes back. A lot of people not a fan of Teen Wolf. That's okay. If we're getting away with people back for the 100, I can't wait to hang out with you guys. And yeah, can't wait to watch the show. So links and everything in the description box will be down below. Let me go ahead and remind you guys that on April the 4th as well, season 1, episode 1, Wolf Moon, season 6, episode 20, The Wolves of War will be free on Patreon. So feel free to check those full things out, completely unedited. I know season 20 doesn't have, or season 6, episode 20 doesn't have the blue bear. For some reason, I was able to post the first episode with nothing. But it is what it is. I will see you guys there. Links and everything in the description box down below. Playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.